Welcome to the 8th chapter in Rebirthing, Clearing Our Subconscious Stories. I'm really hoping that you can notice it's low tide here at the Taraba River. And if you can see the little sandbar out there on the horizon, that is where the Pacific Ocean is meeting the river. And it's just the most magical pink color reflecting the sunrise off of the water. Perfect, clear, calm, reflective water to take away our subconscious stories. Okay. All right. We did a class yesterday. He's talking about the ghost Kriya, which again is my favorite. I believe it's just, for me, the most powerful, pivotal one in this entire series. And it's a very powerful series. So if you're listening to this audio online, register for Rebirthing. It is the best gift you could ever give to yourself, if for Ghost Kriya alone. So he says, we did a class yesterday and we're going to do a class today. I am very abundant to deliver what I have to deliver, but you have to cooperate with me a little bit, all right? We're reaching today into the 4th level of the subconscious. We are crossing our conscious fears, which we carry from our previous lifetimes. We integrate a lot of garbage in the fantasy that we are happy, very happy, when in truth, our enemy is not our tragedies. Our enemy is our happiness. There is a lore. That's the only word that can be properly used. A lore of happiness, a lore of friendship, a lore of this, a lore of that. We walk a tightrope, you know? Imagine there is a cliff, a mile-long cliff, and you plant the stakes and you place the rope and you walk. If you jump, what do you find there? Just big, cold air. That's it. You know what you did? It can't be your home. It can't be your place. But that's what humans do. Humans have a subconscious lore. Unfortunately, the science about the brain was not being taught in 1988. The brain tells us to work. We don't tell the brain to work. The idea that we tell the brain to work is a fantasy. We believe we'll all be happy, we'll all be fantastic, we'll all be above board. But we have to have a rhythm, contained rhythm within ourselves. We can't be intoxicated. We can't be allured by our own fear or our own happiness. Now, this is what happens to you as human beings. The fear confronts you. Are you with me? Fear confronts you, and you simply create the other side of the coin. You get allured into productivity in order to create happiness and get rid of the fear. You don't go and face the fear and kill it. No, you won't do that. None of you will do it. Do you know what that means, what I'm saying? I, Harbhajan Singh, Khalsa Yogi, Sin Singh Sahib Ba Sahib, Chief of Kundalini Yoga, whatever, certify that you can never be happy. It doesn't matter what you have. The first thing a human must have in order to be happy is the ability to confront and challenge fear and kill it. You must be willing to confront and challenge your fear and kill it. But we humans are taught not to do it. Instead, fear has been used by our mother, our father, our neighbor, our schools, our television, our society, our governments, our churches. Do you know why? To direct us, to control us. Don't go out into the dark. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't go to the neighbor's house. What do? When we gather together a lot of do's and don'ts, we go out and do just the opposite. Do you understand that? All right. You have told me all this. Shut up. Now I'm going to do the opposite. Your brain does it for you automatically. You are worse than an animal and you call yourself human. This dichotomy, this duality, this action and reaction, this confirmation exists in every human being. Nobody is above it because whatever your challenge is, whatever you are afraid of, you have to create an opposite pleasure, an opposite happiness to balance it. Do you understand that? Do you understand the theory? If you say we don't, then in your life, when don't becomes too much, you just say, all right, shut up. We are doing this and this and this. Then you see, you feel very released, liberated, free. You are happy. You call it independence, freedom, something like that. But the question is, you don't do it. In the end, you say, well, I did it anyway. It's my job. In your brain, there's a survival technique that will not challenge fear. Life is like a river. When a river hits a hard stone, the river makes a turn and goes through some other way. That's why rivers and people and spermatozoa move in a zigzag or a spiral. It's called a snake walk. The snake is considered very important because the thought wavelength is like a snake. In science, we understand thoughts as wavelengths and frequencies. But in the past, we only knew one simple thing: a man's snake strength. So today we say, what is his frequency? In those days, we would ask, what is his snake strength? So you have a problem as a human being, and you are born with it, and nobody is an exception. Whenever you feel challenged, pained, or irregular, you create an opposite. Everybody has a death wish because you all want to go home. And yet, you get so attached to the play of the world that you don't want to go home. You want to go home, but you don't want to go home. This class will be very good. So come on, let's do it and finish. I have a moral obligation as a teacher, and I won't fail. Now, right here, let's put the split. This is my left side, this is my right side. The left is my foundation. The right can never be a foundation, never will be. So whatever I have to do by my left side. What I have to achieve by my right side. Remember this, and remember that no class out there exists to teach you how to confront and conquer fear. As long as this is not being taught as a course within human school of knowledge and life, there is no way that humans can be happy. Fear is automatic, and we do not want to confront fear. We want to avoid fear. Why would we take on fear when we can avoid it? But remember, avoided fear simply stores in the subconscious. Whatever we avoid consciously becomes garbage in the subconscious. And whatever garbage exists in the subconscious is alive. It needs an alternative. So the fear that somebody is going to steal my things, the fear that I'm going to lose something, that's not going to go away. Fear of love has destroyed more lives than love itself. When we are afraid of love, we create love, but it's never neutral, never natural, and never organic. And then we blow it, and it falls apart because it wasn't built on a foundation. And fear of success and fear of richness, the same side of each coin, the fear of success and the fear of failure, have kept more people broke. So join us for clearing our subconscious stories. Blessings and love, beautiful beings. Just take a quiet moment to look at this reflective water. how calm, how crystal clear. And think about looking into this mirror. If you were here and you look into this mirror of this calm, still water and see your full radiance, rebirthed, unveiled, beautifully radiating back at you. Go in peace and love and without fear. Namaste.